I love the fact that President Tinubu is not in a haste to make all these appointments that he has to make, but is also consulting with, notable Nigerians, people in politics and, even outside politics, just to know what direction that he wants to go into, or just to know, the best way to tackle some of these problems, especially since Nigeria is faced with the aftermath of subsidy removal. Before we go into the details of today's news, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe. Turn on the post notification bell so that you can be the first person to get notified whenever we upload a new video. Help us grow this channel by giving this video a massive thumbs up so that it gets recommended to other YouTube viewers all around the world. Lastly, please leave your opinions in the comment section below. Without further ado, let's delve right into the details of today's news. Details emerge as President Tinubu meets with Falana in Aso Rock over subsidy removal economy. Details of a Saturday meeting between President Bola Tinubu and Femi Falana son have emerged. The meeting was said to be about issues surrounding the fuel subsidy removal by President Tinubu after he assumed office. Falana, who confirmed the meeting, said focused on how to tackle waste in government and recover looted funds. Details from the meeting between President Bola Tinubu and human rights lawyer Femi Falana san at the presidential villa on Saturday, June 3, have emerged. The closed-door meeting was held to discuss issues surrounding the looming strike following the removal of a petrol subsidy. Falana was said to have also discussed how best to recover funds that have been stashed in foreign jurisdictions and the war against corruption with Tinubu. The meeting was reportedly a squirrel to a letter that Falana had written to President Tinubu on the economy and how it should succeed. The newspaper reported that an associate of President Tinubu who confirmed the meeting said, and I quote, Falana met with Tinubu on Saturday. They discussed how best to handle the removal of subsidy and how to ensure that the pain of Nigerians does not worsen. Tinubu will continue to consult respected Nigerians in his administration, including members of the opposition and human rights groups. According to Tribune, the senior advocate confirmed the meeting in a telephone conversation. The human rights lawyer said, it is true that I met with President Tinubu on Saturday. We discussed subsidy and how to tackle waste in government and recover looted funds. The aim is just to ensure that the economy picks up quickly. Meanwhile, Newsroom Nigeria had reported that the Trade Union Congress (TUC) on Sunday, June 4th, presented to the representatives of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu a list of demands to be met following the removal of petroleum subsidy. At the meeting, the TUC presented a list of demands to the government, including an increase in minimum wage to cushion the effects of the increase in prices of fuel, tax holiday for certain categories of people, and revert to status quo as negotiations continue. Former chairman of the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC), Comrade Adams Oshiomhole, said he is confident that President Bola Tinubu will overcome his current ordeals to remove fuel scarcity. He made this known on Sunday, June 5, during a late night interview with Channels Television. Mind you, let me just mention that before this meeting that Falana had with President Tinubu, since the announcement of fuel removal, Falana had insisted that the removal of subsidy is not legal. That the process in which Tinubu announced the removal wasn't the right process. In essence, it was saying that if subsidy was to be removed, the House of Representatives, the House of Senate is supposed to be passed into law. From the House of Rep to the House of Senate is supposed to be discussed and then signed by the president himself. Not that the president will just come out and announce and say that he has removed, subsidy, and also that there are no what's it called? There are no things that have been put in place, to cushion the effect of subsidy before the removal. But I would say that, frankly, it's been a while that this subsidy removal is being a recurring, subject. It's been a recurrent thing. We all know as Nigerians that eventually, no matter how we push, no matter how difficult it might be for a lot of us, this subsidy must be removed, or it is going to eventually be removed. It might not be now, but since he had announced it, and queue have already started, so why not just go ahead and implement it? So I feel that was what happened in this case. But notwithstanding, a lot of Nigerians knew that it's already in the works. In fact, there is no budget for subsidy from July upward. Subsidy was only even budgeted, subsidy payment was budgeted up to July, just the first half of 2023. And even according to the NNPC limited boss, um Mela Kiari, he said himself that even for those times that subsidy removal is stipulated to be paid, the country do not have enough resources to pay for these, for the subsidy. Even for last year's subsidy and the first half of 2023, there is no money, there is no provision, for this payment, even though subsidy payment or subsidy removal hasn't yet commenced, for the first half of 2023, and the payment is supposed to happen, but the government doesn't have this. And at this point, we should now realize that if government keep paying this money, government will just end up borrowing, to be able to meet up with this payment if it's like this. And this is also going to prevent private companies, from investing in this sector of the economy. But as it is that subsidy has been removed, I feel that now companies would be able, private companies I mean, will be able to go into this sector, do business, and with time petroleum price is going to reduce. And now federal government has given independent marketers, they've given them go ahead to start importing petrol. It's not only government that can now import petrol, private companies can now import petrol. So I think that Nigerians are just going to have it hard for just some time. Things are going to get easier in a sense. But you guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Subscribe if you haven't. Thank you very much for always listening and watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.